And sorry the neighbor's doing their lawn, but it just so happened that when the neighbor was doing their lawn, this is when Kenai and Nala are now tied for the last and final tie. As mentioned in other videos, you should only allow your male and female to tie 3 times during a heat cycle, and that's just to give them both a break. A tie, as I mentioned in other videos, lasts anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour. If it passes an hour, you certainly want to contact the vet ASAP. You also want to track it. You want to write it down in time, how long the tie is. You also want to write down each time they did tie. Just place it in a book with the time and date, and just have a T in a circle for when they tied. And if they just mated, you want to write that down as well, and just have the T in the circle crossed out for them mating. No tie was completed. And again, date and time wrote down. And this is for not only you to keep track of, especially if your female becomes pregnant and when she will be approximately due, but it's also good for the vet to have and to keep track of. Even if estrus continues, she will no longer be mating with the Kenai. And Dodger's right there. Be good now, okay, Dodger? Dodger hasn't done anything or initiated anything. Like I said, he's just been hovering, but nothing going on. Still keeping a very close eye on him, monitoring him. There will be no more mating between the two, even if her estrus cycle continued for a few more days. Nala is officially done mating. Like I said before, we only allow them to tie 3 times, and we don't allow them to mount or anything anymore after 3 times of tying. So I am here pretty much just to monitor, make sure everything's okay and everything goes well, make sure they stay calm, relax. The other little ones are just all over playing. But as I mentioned in the other videos, the reason dogs lock or tie, because not even cats or humans, they don't do this. They don't after mating tie, and this is simply something that dogs do. And as I stated in our other videos, it's when the bulb portion of the male's private part swells and expands, and it knots to where it creates him to pretty well stay tied to the female. Again, you want it to be no more than an hour, so certainly keep track of it. And also too, if you notice your female is crying a lot, seeming like she's in extreme discomfort, contact your vet right away, because there could be something internally wrong. So that is something you want to monitor. You want to make sure she seems relaxed, she's quiet. If they let out a little whimper here or there, that's normal, but if it's steady seeming like agony pain, right away contact your vet. When they tie though, it doesn't guarantee pregnancy. It's just the chances are a lot higher when they do this, because it is the 3rd phase of mating. They can also become pregnant from just a slip, which is pretty much the male starting to initiate and do this behavior and causing the female to become pregnant. Tying normally occurs and mating in the 2nd phase of the heat cycle for pregnancy. So during proestrus, you normally won't see mating or tying occurring, but you will see it more so in the estrus phase. Estrus on average lasts 9 days, and on average 5 to 9 days. It could be less, it could be more, depending on the dog, depending on the dog's breed, age, and just individual dog itself. And that also goes for the heat cycle. The heat cycle on average is 2 to 4 weeks. And again, it's very important you try to keep everything calm with the 2 of them and relaxed. I'm gonna zoom in on Nala because I don't want you seeing Kenai right now, but yes, they're gonna clean up now. And you want to just check both your female and your male, their private areas, to make sure everything looks okay. Of course, as always, the other little ones go over and just comfort them, and you just want them to relax after this. Just give them some water, relax, and again, make sure everything stays calm in the household. And that is it, my girlie. You're officially done this cycle. Yes, you're officially done with this heat cycle in regards to mating. Now her estrus cycle is still ongoing as of now, but in terms of her mounting, mating, her or Kenai, or tying anymore, that is officially it. In the heat cycle, a dog is most fertile during the estrus phase, which is what she is in now. And the thing you really want to be aware of and watch for, because this sometimes tricks people, the bleeding becomes like a salmon type color. I'll put an image up here so you can see it, roughly the color you're looking for, and it's more watery. Some people think that this is a sign of the heat cycle ending, when in reality it's when the dog is most fertile and the chances of pregnancy are the absolute highest. So certainly be aware of this, keep an eye on it. And bleeding throughout a heat cycle changes from color to color, and I'm just going to put up a little chart here of the colors to look for. They don't stay the same every single day or every single week. It changes and varies from day to day, dog to dog, breed to breed, individual to individual dog. So that is just something else to be aware of, and why it's so important to keep track, write everything down. The moment they start, write it down. It's so important to track a dog's heat cycle if you don't plan to spay, and regardless if it's for pregnancy or not for pregnancy. But yes, regardless if they're spayed or not, it's very important to keep track of everything. And Kenai, that's it, buddy. No more fun time for you. That is it. And I am so proud of you. You were such a good boy through the whole thing. Yeah, and like I said, even though she's not done estrus, we're still going to monitor. He can no longer mate with her, and buddy boy here definitely can't. Hey, buddy. But I'm so proud of Nala. Nala did amazing through the whole process, and we will see. The next thing to do is, as soon as her estrus is clued up, to make sure she gets vet checked, and we also have to get an ultrasound booked, scheduled, and everything ready to roll. Get that all prepared and checked. And I also have some things I want to order to switch out for this litter and everything else. If she ends up falling pregnant, to have ready to roll. Some changes that are going to be happening. But yeah, it's certainly very exciting, Nala. We will see, my baby girl. Yeah, we will see. And this will be litter 4. Nala will be doing a total of 6 litters. That is where it is recommended to stop. Now, dogs can have countless amounts of litters, but for the health and safety of the dog and puppies, you shouldn't do any more than 6. It should be between 4 and 6, and depending on the size and breed of the dog as well as age, this could also be less than that. So it could be even less than 4. When it comes to really small dogs, tiny dogs, it's normally only recommended to do 1 or 2 litters at the very most, because they are so small in stature. Because of risks, 6 will be where Nala ends off, and then she will retire. Yeah. But because of the type of breeding we do, both her and Kenai will remain with us, even though they will both be done breeding. And Kenai will not be breeding with any other female, even when he is done breeding with Nala. They both retire at the same time because of the type of breeding we do. They're the only type. And because of the type of breeding we do not take in any more animals for breeding purposes until both of these pass away and cross the Rainbow Bridge. Yeah, hey Dodger. Once litter 6, and of course we only go to 6 if everything is well with both mother and father dogs and all puppies from each litter, from litter to litter. No, that's it for Nala now with this cycle. Layla's like, good job, Mommy, we're proud of you. Is that your mommy? All the girls were so well behaved too through the whole process. Of course, at the beginning, they were very curious and excited and everything else. Like, what's going on? But I am unbelievably proud of each and every dog. And Nala, like I said, her temperament was on point with this heat. Oh my goodness. Nothing changed. She wasn't aggressive. Like I said, she had that day or two where she was a little bit clingy, wanting us to be around her, which was fine, and then she went back to her normal self. But oh my goodness, she did absolutely amazing. Kenai did amazing. Hey buddy boy, all you're allowed to do now is sniff. I know, give her a nice hug. Say, good job, wife. Yeah, that's your girl, isn't it? Is that your girl? You love her? I know, girly. Now during heat, it is okay for them to still play and walks. You just want to reduce their walks. Her walks, she just doesn't go for as long of a walk. Hey, Miss Molly. And that also is the same for when falling pregnant. Once you find out she's pregnant, just reduce your walks with your female dog. It is still okay to walk them and play with them when they are pregnant, but like I said, you do want to just keep an eye on how much playing you're doing, how much walking you're doing, and just reduce it a little bit. And when they get very far along in pregnancy, it's probably best just to keep them close to home and allow them just to get their walks in the backyard. What I'll do is I'll just walk her around the yard, do some laps when she's far along in her pregnancy. And when she starts to get tired, I'll just stop. That way we're not in the middle of a walk going down the road and she just stops and doesn't want to walk any further.
We are so proud of you though. Yeah, you're such a good girl. Yeah, everybody's super proud of you. You're amazing, Nala, and you did amazing for this heat.
Hey buddy, so we'll see how many more days is left of estrus. When the dog is in estrus, it does vary in terms of when they are the most fertile. A lot of people say near the end of estrus is when they're the most fertile, but it does vary. Again, this is something depending on the dog, and the more you breed that dog or the more heat cycles they go through, you'll be able to gauge. There are dogs that tend to be their most fertile at the beginning of estrus. So like I said, this really does vary on the dog, and you just want to keep a very close eye on the consistency of the type of bleeding. Hopefully you all enjoyed this series. Like I said, I'm still going to continue on until she's completely done her estrus, but in regards to mating and initiating anything and tying, that's all done with. Hey girly, you want me to kick the ball? But no, that's it for that part. But again, I'll still continue on with the series in regards to just cluing up her estrus and when she's finally done. But if she is pregnant, she should have her puppies roughly the end of the summer. So we will see, everybody. We will see if we have Daddy Kenai and Mommy Nala again. What are you doing, Layla, over there all by yourself? Got your brother hanging out, Claire, Ariel's over there, Kenai, Nala behind Kenai. Oh. There's Miss Nala. Hi, Nala girly. There's Ariel rolling around. Getting your scent there, are you, Ariel? Only allowed to sniff, okay, Kenai? Chewing on branches now, are you, Claire? Only allowed to sniff Kenai, okay? And he's been such a good boy, like, I can't get over it. Such a good boy, Dodger. It's a fire, guys. Yes, we're gonna head in now. Come on. In for the night. Hi, Roger. In for the night. Go, go, go.